So what we're going to do is we're going to use what we've got to determine the maximum height. I promise you it is totally possible. Remember earlier when I told you guys that the sine of 90 degrees was 1? Hello?
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop in this classroom. All right, well check it out. Let's draw that diagram again one more time. All right, we got it. All right, shooting off from here, right? This goes straight up, right? This angle right here is 90 degrees. Okay? So 90 degrees is going to make this equation very easy for us. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to take a look at the video that you recorded. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to take a look for the change in time, or total time, will be equal to the final time minus the initial time. Okay? All you guys got to do is take a look at the video that you recorded and subtract those two, and you have the total time that the bottle was in the air. Okay? And that leads you to this equation. So what we want to do is we want to isolate the unknown variable. Okay? The only unknown variable that we've got, because this was measured, right? Or will be measured and recorded. And the sine of theta, theta being 90 degrees, it's going to make it very easy for us. The only unknown variable here is the initial velocity. So let's go ahead and play the game where we isolate the unknown variable. So we have T max is equal to 2 V naught sine theta over G. Once again, sine of 90 is 1, so we're just going to wipe that out of the equation. We're going to go ahead and multiply both sides of this by gravity. Okay. So that'll wipe gravity off of this side of the equation. I'm going to go ahead and do it right in one shot. I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to get it out of there. Okay. So now, got V naught all by itself. The initial velocity is now isolated. We have a brand new equation that says initial velocity is equal to GT over 2. All right. So once you have the time for each one of the trials that you did, plug that time into this equation, because now we can say that velocity is a function of time with respect to gravity. Okay, any questions about this? Good. After you guys have calculated the initial velocity for each one of your trials, you will take this value and plug it into your maximum height equation. Once again, remember that the sine of theta is 1. So therefore the sine squared of theta is 1 squared. Just 1. So effectively, you can wipe it out of the equation, leaving you with v squared over 2 times gravity. Any questions about that? Great. By the end of the period, I hope that you guys will have these things dealt with. Watch that video, get your time, plug it into the velocity equation, plug it into the height equation. I want you guys to have that dealt with. What I want is the question that I want answered for this particular lab report. The first question is, what is the relationship between the number of pumps that you guys pumped into the bottle and the time that the bottle spent in the air? Okay, so that'll be your graph that you'll put down. The second part, the question that you guys want to ask and answer in this problem is going to be, what made the bottle go up the water came down, right? So what is it that made the bottle go up? Okay? What I want you guys to do over the next couple of days, I want you to log into the Khan Academy account that we set up. Okay? And you're going to look for, instead of going into your one-dimensional motion like we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, you're going to go into a different place. Okay, I have this set up as well. It says forces and Newton's laws of motion. You're going to select third law of motion, okay, and do that practice set. Okay? What I want you guys to do is take a look at what these action-reaction forces are. Okay, this practice set is going to also offer you guys videos just like you guys have been looking at for the last couple of days. And I want you to use what you learn in order to inform your answer. Are there any questions about that? Okay, if you guys haven't been writing down these questions, you're doing yourself a disservice. So I'll write this down on the back of that data table that you've got there. What made the bottle go up? Sorry? All right, guys, take a look at that video. See if you can't get some time. I'll be wandering around to make sure that you guys have any answers for any of these questions, all right?